Ember Lake was not like other lakes. It was a place where the line between reality and legend seemed to blur, where the water held secrets older than memory itself. By day, it looked peaceful. Families picnicked, the sun sparkled on its surface, and laughter echoed across the gentle waves. The lake seemed to invite joy, its beauty masking the darkness that lingered beneath. But at night, the water turned black, the trees seemed to reach out, and the air grew cold. Shadows crept along the shore, and the wind carried whispers that sent shivers down your spine. Locals warned their children, never go near the water after dark. The stories were passed down from generation to generation, each one more chilling than the last. The legend was always the same. A girl named Lily vanished by the lake, her body never found. Her disappearance haunted the town, leaving a wound that never healed. Some say she fell in, others whisper she was pushed. No one really knew what happened that night, but everyone agreed. Something changed in the water after Lily was gone. They say her spirit never left, becoming the lady of the lake. No gentle ghost, but something angry and sad. Her presence was felt in the chill that settled over the water, in the uneasy silence that followed after dark. Every year, on the anniversary of her drowning, her ghost would rise, waiting for anyone foolish enough to be near the shore at midnight. Locals claimed to see her pale figure drifting through the mist, searching for company in her endless loneliness. People disappeared. Fishermen, couples, always last seen by the water. Their belongings left behind, as if they had simply vanished into thin air, swallowed by the lake's dark embrace. The legend claimed Lily's ghost would pull you in, trapping you forever at the bottom of the lake. Some believed you could hear faint cries for help if you listened closely to the water at night. The story kept most away, but for some, it was a challenge. The bravest, or perhaps the most foolish, couldn't resist testing the legend, daring each other to approach the water after midnight. Outsiders scoffed at the warnings, eager to prove the legend false. They laughed at the tales, certain that nothing waited for them in the darkness. For thrill-seekers, Ember Lake was a dare. The bravado of youth and the curiosity of strangers drew them to the water's edge, where the line between bravery and recklessness blurred. But those who tried to prove it was just a story, they were wrong. The lake kept its secrets, and sometimes it claimed new ones, leaving only ripples and silence behind. The midnight investigators, 4 college students, arrived at Ember Lake, chasing the legend. Liam, the leader, believed every legend had truth. Maya, the tech expert, was a skeptic, eager to debunk the myth. Ben, the historian, knew every detail and felt a deep unease. Chloe, the sensitive, claimed she could feel spirits. As their van rolled to a stop by the shore, Chloe shivered. "Something's wrong here," she whispered. The air felt heavy with sadness. Sunset painted the sky, but the chill around Ember Lake deepened. Liam rallied the team. "Midnight is our deadline." Maya set up cameras and recorders, determined to catch, or debunk, something. Ben searched for the rock where Lily was last seen, leaving a white lily as an offering. Chloe stood apart, eyes closed, overwhelmed by sorrow. "She's here," Chloe said, "watching us from the trees." Liam and Maya exchanged skeptical glances, but Ben's fear grew. The woods behind them were pitch black. Then, from the darkness, a twig snapped. The night had truly begun. The moon rose, casting a pale, ghostly glow across the silent lake. Its reflection shimmered on the water, turning the surface into a sheet of silver. The air was thick with anticipation, as if the night itself was holding its breath. The team huddled by a dying campfire, nerves fraying as the flames dwindled to embers. Shadows danced across their faces, and every crackle of the fire made them flinch. They whispered about the legends, trying to laugh off their unease, but fear crept in. Suddenly, static shrieked from Maya's recorder, slicing through the quiet. The device trembled in her hands and everyone froze, eyes wide, hearts pounding. Liam volunteered to check it out, flashlight in hand, trying to sound brave. He promised he'd be right back, but his voice wavered. His light bobbed along the shore, a thin beam cutting through the darkness. Then, without warning, it flickered and vanished, swallowed by the night. A strangled cry echoed across the water, followed by a sudden splash. Then only silence remained, heavy and absolute. "Liam!" Ben screamed, his voice cracking with terror, but there was no answer, only the wind and the restless water. Maya's skepticism shattered in an instant. Chloe sobbed, her words trembling. She has him. She pulled him into the water. Panic swept through the group. The group stared helplessly at the darkness where their friend had vanished, unable to move, paralyzed by fear and disbelief. The gentle lapping of waves now sounded sinister, each ripple a reminder of what they'd lost. The investigation was over. The nightmare had begun, and the lake seemed to hunger for more. The lake had claimed its first, and it wasn't finished. The darkness pressed in, promising that this was only the beginning. Panic set in. Ben wanted to run, but Maya clung to logic until icy cold swept over them. The campfire died, plunging them into darkness. Chloe whispered, "She's out of the water now. She's with us." Wet, child-sized footprints appeared in the mud, leading toward them, though no one was there. Maya's thermal camera showed a cold, child-shaped figure. "It's real," Maya breathed. The figure stopped just in front of them. The air froze. Then, from the darkness, a little girl giggled. The sound was chilling. The legend was no longer just a story. It was hunting them. The giggle turned to a sob, echoing through the still night air. "Please, help me, I'm so cold," a small voice whispered, trembling with fear. Ben stepped forward, too late. Pale hands grabbed his ankles, dragging him toward the water with an unyielding grip. He screamed, clawing at the mud, but was pulled under, vanishing without a trace, the water swallowing him whole. Maya and Chloe ran for the van, their hearts pounding, chased by wet, invisible footsteps. They fumbled with the door, their hands shaking, finally locking themselves inside. The windows fogged over, small handprints appearing everywhere, as if from nowhere. A girl's face materialized in the mist, eyes empty, hair dripping with lake water. She opened her mouth. Rushing water filled the van, flooding it rapidly. The glass cracked, lake water poured in, unstoppable and cold. Their screams were drowned out, muffled by the rising water. The lake claimed them too. It surfaced calm once more. By morning, there would be no trace, just an eerie silence. Only the legend would remain, whispered among those who dared to remember. Morning at Ember Lake was peaceful, the water sparkling, birds singing. The terror of the night was hidden. Only a soaked van, abandoned gear, and a single white lily hinted at what happened. The sheriff found the scene. 4 missing students, another accident. Footprints led into the water, but not out. The story would fade, just another chapter in the lake's dark history. But in the depths, the Lady of the Lake waited. She was not at peace. She was just resting, waiting for the next midnight and the next curious soul.